Hello and welcome to Gemma's Window. If you have followed the calculations in the box below or checked out my website at gemmaswindow@gmail.com and determined you are a power year number 2, you're at the right place. Hiya, twos. It is the month of May 2021, and twos, you are in the month of 7. So you, just as a reminder, you do not have to figure out twos, your power year number, ever again for the year of 2021. It's your monthly numbers that change, and that's where I come in. So I'll pick up our first deck here, twos, and I'm going to start shuffling because we're going to talk about business. Then we're going to move to love, and then we're going to move to the best possible outcome of any question you have during this month of May. But while I shuffle these cards for our first deck, let's refresh our memories of what 2 being in the year of 2 means and what the month of 7 might mean for you. So the year of 2 is a year of working with others, of being kind of challenged sometimes to get along with others or to be the peacemaker of a situation. And 2 is a very romantic year. It's a year where you might decide, I want to commit to someone or I want to leave someone because they're not committable. And the month of 7 is about listening and watching more than action and doing. So let's take a look at, there's a lot of meanings to the numbers, but that's just a brief summary, and I will give you more information when it is applicable. So, looking at our twos who have work, and I'm feeling like, I don't know, there does seem to be a swift and sudden change that's potentially on its way to happen, or you can see the writing on the wall in this month of May. You've had a good thing going in some way, shape, or form at the workplace, and you're halfway perhaps to your goal of whatever that might be. It might be a particular job, it might be a particular salary, it might be a particular expectation, but then something makes a radical change and you're not thrilled. You're not thrilled with it. Now, 7 is about having faith and having trust in a situation. But it's also watching and observing and looking for that silent message, or being able to label the silent signals you're getting perhaps at the workplace that, layoffs are coming, or cutbacks are coming, or something's going to change, and maybe I better cover my butt in some way, shape, or form, like save my money or get out of here before the poop hits the fan. But I really do think, twos, that you are going to see the writing on the wall and cover yourself and know to be prepared for some kind of a change. Now, twos, any words that I say during our time together today are for you. So even if I describe, say, the twos who are looking for work, but that describes you at your job, you take it and run. Everything I say is for you during this segment. Now, for our twos who are looking for work, to me, this looks great. I think that you have multiple offers that are going to be coming your way. You've done your work, you've reached out, and people are knowing that you're looking and that you're available and what your qualifications are. And I think you're going to hear about things, or things are going to fall into your lap, or you will hear back from places that you've applied to. I have you here interviewing, and you may need to ask for some kind of special help. Maybe the kids are home and you can't move. You get this wonderful offer, but you can't leave the house yet because the kids are home at their computers, or their schedules are crazy, even though they're going back to school. What does that do for you if they're going back every single morning, but they're home every afternoon? And then you're like, well, now I have to get them there and back and be around for the afternoon. It's just a fiasco. So it looks to me that there is success for you, but it is delayed. So that perhaps you say to someone, well, I tell you what, at this point in the game, the kids are out in June and I have to be there, so I can start in July. If you need me in the office, I can start in July, or I can work from home and get started and then do full-time in July. There's something like that going on, where there's a condition or, conundrum going on. But you are hot, twos. You're in a year of getting along with people and being put in a position where you have to get along with people. But I feel like you're going to be able to pull it off, twos, and that's great. Another thing about twos is about family. You might want a family, or you might want to start a family. And another thing about twos, they bring surprises. They bring surprises with them. So let's take a look at love. If you are a power year 2 and you are in a relationship, let's take a look at that. And if you are a power year 2 and you are looking for a relationship, let's take a look at that. Now, I use the same deck. I love my deck, but I use 3 different decks so that I want to see trends. I want to see trends when I do a reading with people. For example, I'm seeing a trend of the Tower card for you, twos, and that's a rough card, and it shows me that, yes, indeed, you might be going through a tough time in some way, shape, or form in your life. Now, you're going into that tough time when it comes to a job, but it looks like you're coming from that tough time when it's about your relationship. Maybe it's a continued saga. Maybe once something goes wrong at work, something goes wrong in the relationship too, because maybe you were both saving for a house kind of thing, and now what are we going to do? If there's a cutback or a layoff, or I hate my job and I just want to leave because something's happened. So it looks like you're coming from some kind of rough situation where you're really going to have to tap dance for your lover. You're really going to have to tap dance for your loved one, your spouse, your partner, whatever it is. And you are going to be able to get through it. Whatever this problem is in the relationship, you are going to be able to get through it. I feel like there's some tough times ahead too, where you might feel people are watching or talking about you or judging you. Perhaps your spouse's family, they don't like what you're doing or what you're saying or what's happened or what's transpiring, or your boyfriend or girlfriend's friends might say, oh, well, they're moving for 6 months to Idaho for their job. They're not coming back. I mean, I hear Idaho is up and coming and they're never going to come back. So there is something where you're fighting against not just the issue, but you're fighting against people being tough on you, hard on you. Maybe it's just your partner, but you're feeling judged. But I want to tell you that you have a great card, the Ace of Swords card. And it's a card that indicates that you work your butt off, but the outcome is better than you ever anticipated it being. So hang in there, twos. Hang in there and fight for your rights and what you want in the relationship. Now, the twos who are looking for a relationship, I have a similar situation. I feel like you might have thought someone was working out or going to work out in this month of May, but instead you were led down perhaps a rosy path, and you're like, whoa, whoa, no, no, that's not what I wanted, what I said, or what I expected. But I do want to tell you that there's a little softening here, like Glinda, the Good Witch of the North. There's a little softening here where you are not getting all of the information that you need, and you're judging harsher than it needs to be. Okay? You also might be being judged harsher than needs to be. It's a similar message here, twos, for you. Now, 7 is usually a quieter month, so I will throw out there for you that be sure the 7 is that someone who would be analyzing something, watching very closely to make sure they have all of the facts before they do or say anything. And so I feel like that is a major message for you twos, that don't make a move across the board in your life unless you're sure of the facts. You're having a similar read here for if you have someone in your life or you don't, and it just kind of reeks to me of, it needs to be said, don't jump the gun on anything until you've done your homework, twos. Let's move on now. Let's ask any question that you have. Twos, feel free to ask any question you want. You can ask about work or job. Again, you certainly can ask about a relationship at the workplace. You can ask about your health or finance or a relationship or an old love or whatever you want. We're not going to be doing a yes or no. We're going to be doing a reading, an actual reading, because I'll tell you why. When I do readings for people, things can change on a dime, okay? So you know the old theory, you throw a coin into the water and the ripples gently show up on the surface of the water, and they move out in a pattern, and like every ripple, can affect or change something, so can your decisions and someone else's decisions. So I feel like at the time of the reading, I'm reading the energy in your aura. That's what I'm reading. And so I usually do a reading for 6 months to a year for that purpose. And a yes or no is kind of like, to me, it's like a kiss of death. Anything can change on a dime. I can't guarantee something's going to happen for you in May, but I can look at your energy and say, that's exactly where you're heading towards. So it should be coming your way, according to what I see and feel. Okay, enough of my chatter. Let's move on to any situation that our twos have. What would be the best possible outcome of it that we can expect? So, this is pretty radical message. Let's see. Let's see how it works for you. Okay. So we have a situation that's fairly new for you, and there's an element of dissatisfaction. Now, you might be head over heels for somebody, but they're not responding perhaps to you the way that you'd like them to, or you were let's say you were in a relationship and suddenly you've met somebody else, so now you're disappointed because you're like, my gosh, now what do I do? But there is guilt with whatever is going on, where you might feel badly about something. Perhaps someone else does. Perhaps your question was, how is so-and-so feeling about the breakup? Well, somebody's feeling very badly and very guilty. And then I have a situation where it's more you, twos, who opt to leave a situation that has you baffled, or has a I don't know, something going on where You leave a place of security voluntarily. So you don't get fired from the job. You leave for a better job, or you leave because you just can't stand it anymore. You opt to make a change somewhere and you're feeling badly about whatever it is or whomever it is you are leaving behind, but you're feeling like it's the right thing to do. Now, normally during a month of 7, I would suggest to you, twos, to not make any moves just yet, because 7 is more of, well, we don't want to make the wrong move, do we? But sometimes that's just not possible to wait. And your cards are saying that you're not waiting, or you're very close to heading towards this. I'm leaving. I've had it, and I'm done. And I got to get out of here, and I have to figure out how I have to do it. And that's the message I have for you, twos. Now, twos, if you are in a conundrum, if you would like to jump onto my website at gmail.com and send me an email with your situation, I'd be happy to help you try to analyze it. Or if you would just like to find out more about me or schedule a private reading. But twos, subscribe please if you haven't, and I will see you next month when you're in the month of 8. So that's it for now, and thank you for joining Gemma's Window. See you next time, twos. Bye for now.